Welcome back, folks. In this video, we're going to be looking at the new quest line that just came out for the winter event. When you log in, immediately pops up a chilling tale, talk with the mysterious stranger. The mysterious stranger is going to be the Snow Maiden here. She got some blue eyes and a butt. Let's see what she has to say. Finally, somebody's responded to my call for aid. Hold on. She has voice lines. She actually has voice lines. Hold on.
Finally, somebody's responding to my call for aid. The locals don't seem to have changed one bit. Everyone's still turning a blind eye to all the problems in the zone, even though they always got the time to fire questions at me.
This is nice. I don't have to read it for once. You can tell her, as you can see, I'm not everyone. How about we get to know each other? Or wait, we know each other already. Didn't I help you with Christmas tree related adventures last year? I didn't play last year for the winter event, so...
But honestly, what am I? I'm sorry. My nerves are shredded after everything that's happened. And you're really different from the others. Any other guy would long ago have asked me, all stack-chaffed and bugged-eyed, what a nice girl like me was doing in the zone. So let's clear that up right away. I'm indeed a girl, and this isn't my first time in this masculine realm. I know perfectly well how to discharge an electro-robot weapon to kill bloodsucker with, and where to find shelter during an mission. So it's not me you need to worry about. It's yourself and everyone else on our planet. Got it?
I could tell her you're a badass. Maybe you can handle your own problems, too. I'm going to tell her the top one.
Great, because there's no time for it. If we don't stop the conjunction of the material world and the Noosphere, we're all done for. Understood?
I'm going to tell her no what conjunction.
Okay, I guess I'll have to start from the very beginning to get you up to speed. Just promise you'll take what I'm saying seriously, okay?
All right, promise?
Then listen up. I first came to the zone a year ago. It was my final stop on a time-traveling journey, from the future to the past. Yep, you heard that right. I came here from the future, where my mad scientist colleague, Professor Greenchuk, had caused a terrible catastrophe.
That's a blockbuster plot right there. What happened next?
With the help of certain kind-hearted inhabitants of the zone, I managed to prevent a disaster. But I had to pay a high price. The way back home was sealed for me forever. Or that's what I thought. Until I stumbled across the work of Professor Nicholas, the Noosphere researcher. In his research, he hypothesized that it should be possible to time travel through rifts in the information field. When I read that, I thought, here it is, the ray of hope that will show me the way. I returned to the zone from the mainland and found the professor, but our conversation wasn't particularly cheering.
Let me guess, he turned out to be a fraud.
If only he had been a fraud. Professor Nicholas listened carefully to my story and promised to try to help. But first, he needed help himself. As I already said, the professor was studying the Noosphere, or rather its influence on the material world. While making observations, he started to notice that the numbers were suddenly going up, but he didn't know why. When I looked at the professor's data, I realized the full horror of the situation. The Noosphere wasn't just exerting an influence on the zone, it was melding with it.
And how bad is that?
You know, right, that if the sun suddenly exploded, it would take 8 seconds for us to see the flash, and then the Earth's temperature would hit 5,000 degrees, and we'd burn alive.
Alright, guess so.
The conjunction of the material world and the Noosphere will give our 100th of time more energy than the sun exploding. So you can forget about 8 seconds. You'll be space dust before you know it. Anyway, to track the merging of the worlds in real time, Professor Nicholas and I invented a new device. We then placed copies of it in all the safe zone, creating a whole network of devices with a broad coverage. Actually, you're probably already seen our invention. It's not hard to.
You mean the Christmas trees?
Yes, them. While we were designing the prototype for this device, we noticed that the way its part were organized made it look a lot like a Christmas tree. And that made Professor Nicholas think, what if we discussed our invention as a Christmas tree to stop curious locals from talking it apart or simply breaking it?
The audio quality changed between her reading the last one and this one. Very clever. So the Christmas tree is a sort of doomsday clock?
Yes, in a sense. And I really hope it doesn't strike midnight. That's what Professor Nicholas and I need your help with. We've heard rumors that strange unmoving snow creatures have started appearing across the zone.
Unmoving snow creatures? You mean snowmen? People make them.
Thanks, I didn't know that. You better listen up instead of interrupting. These snowmen are clearly not made by local sculptors. Rumor has it They can't be broken or melted. It's as if they are made of iridium rather than snow. But the stranger things isn't even their physical nature, but the psychohypnotic properties. Apparently, people who have gotten too close to them suddenly lost all the New Year spirit and plunged into depression.
Well, anything can happen in the zone. The sight of mutants or local drunks in the bar is enough to make anyone feel melancholic and depressed. Why are you so interested in the snowmen?
Because they are no coincidence. Their appearance is clearly connected to the conjunction of the Noosphere. At least that is the hypothesis that was put forward by the professor, based on information he obtained in a somewhat unreliable way.
What do you need me to do?
I need you to confirm or refute the validity of this hypothesis, as well as conduct some field research. But Professor Nicholas will tell you more about it. He is nearby. You can't miss him. Go and see him.
So you told her, okay, I will go see him. Hold on, did I forget to ask your name?
Special Agent now. Actually, just call me Snow Maiden. I'm more used to it. Now, please hurry up. Every minute counts.
All right, that completes a chilling tale, and we get Santa in a lab coat. And you tell her, see you later. And we got to go find old Saint Nicholas. Oh, I see him now. He's way back here. Okay, so Professor Nicholas is going to be back here by Dr. B or Professor Bondarenko or whatever. There he is, you old bastard.
Ho ho ho. This could really work.
Hello, Professor. Snow Maiden sent me.
Apologies I didn't see you. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a doctor of the physical sciences, associate professor of the Department of Quantum Physics, and a leading expert on the Noosphere S. Nicholas. I believe you already had the pleasure of talking to a guest from the future, which means that you've been briefed on the problem that looms over the zone, as well as I would venture as a rough estimate half of the solar system. We have an idea of how to solve this situation. We just need your arms. And Lex, are you ready to help us?
Yeah, I'm ready. What do I need to do?
Cut into the chase. This approach appeals to me. That means that we have every chance to get to the bottom of this and give humanity the opportunity to destroy itself with a new... So, what is it? Here's the device that Snow Maiden and I have developed. It's called an IFS. You'll need to visit the places where the snowmen were found and use it to conduct a scan. Then return to me. Is that all clear? Or do you still have questions?
I'm going to tell him, okay, I'll give me the device. I'll be on my way. The fate of the world is at stake.
Determination and zeal. Honorable. We definitely have a chance. About 0.003%, but there is still a chance.
So that ends Santa in a lab coat, and we get Santa's little helper, and he gives us the information field scanner. So tell him that's reassuring, and now we have to go and scan the snowman, which is going to be over in the forest. So there's about to be an mission, so I'll run over there here in a second, and I will see you guys shortly. All right, so we're over at the forest. It's just barely just inside here where the zombies and the dogs usually spawn. And here's the snowman you need to interact with. You place the IFS. You pull the device out of the bag, press the power button, and point it at the snowman. Interactive interface appears on the device's monitor. Welcome to Professor S. Nicholas's information field scanner control system. Choose an option. Scan the Noosphere fields. The device hums quietly. You see it emit a faint ripple in the snowman's direction. Numbers and scales appear on the screen. They're hard for a layperson to make sense of. Scanning complete, data received. That ends Santa's little helper, and we get the quest Christmas Madness. You say, what a weird feeling. It's like the snowman's calling me. Turn off the device. As you approach the snowy figure, you seem to start to feel its emotions. Touch the snowman. You're drowning in a bottomless abyss of sadness. Embrace the snowman. Am I going to fuck this snowman? Sadness, fear, and apathy roll over you. It seems as if the world is doomed to suffering, and there's only a very slim chance of saving it. Let the snowman go. After letting go of the snowman, you notice a Christmas tree decoration materialize in your hands out of nowhere. There's no trace of the surging feelings. That ends Christmas Madness, and we get an unexpected gift, and we get the Soviet Precious Bauble. I don't know if this is the same for everybody, but that's just what I got. So now we leave, and we go back to the bar. So I'm going to run back to the bar, and I will see you guys here in a second. We're back at Professor Nicholas here. Let's see what he has to say.
Snow Maiden, look, your volunteer is back. Tell us, did you manage to collect the data?
Yep, that's not all here. Take a look. And you show him the decoration you got?
Let's see what you got there. Looks like a Christmas tree decoration. Why did you bring it to us?
Because the decoration appeared in my hands when I was next to the snowman.
The gift from the snowman, huh? Let me see that. I doubt that is in an ordinary decoration. And done. The scan is complete. Now we'll find out what the kind of outlandish thing this is. Okay, radiation levels are normal. There is no gamma radiation, which is good. We are not in danger of developing cancer. The structure of the sample is very similar to other products in the zone, but for some reason, it doesn't have any special properties. One sec. Professor Nicholas, do the entropy indicators seem strange to you?
Truly strange. According to the indicators, the entropy in the area around the decoration has decreased significantly, which means this artifact is able to balance its level.
And that's good, right?
Brilliant. This decoration acts as a kind of entropic damper, which works at the level of the Noosphere fields. The artifact actually alters the quantum information around it, just like the Noosphere's energy, and even on the same spectrum as our machine. It follows then that their wave properties are almost identical.
Could you repeat that, but this time in a simple language?
Let's put it this way, my friend. The Noosphere's energy alters the behavior of our familiar reality, using its own mechanisms of influence. They are individual and unique. Surprisingly, the artifact you found works on the same principle. Its unique properties affect the material world. Like the Noosphere, the Christmas tree uses the usual mechanism of interact with the zone and acts as a conductor of information, like a wireless receiver.
So how does that help us?
And if our theory is correct, then we can install this artifact on the Christmas tree, and then reconfigure it to work as an amplifier to explain the artifact's sphere of influence. And if our theory is correct, then we can install this artifact on the Christmas tree, and then reconfigure it to work as an amplifier to explain the artifact's
She's
sphere
just gonna
of
repeat that
influence.
part?
Snowman addresses you. Sorry for our scientific chatter. You probably don't even realize the full significance of the decoration you brought us. Thanks to this discovery, we have a chance to avoid catastrophe. Could you do me a favor and install the quantum entropy interaction damper in the Noosphere blondband scanner? Oh, I'm an idiot again. Be a dear and hang the decoration on the Christmas tree while I make the necessary adjustment to its code.
And that ends an unexpected gift, and we get a Christmas decoration quest. Telly, you should have just said so. Just a moment. And is it going to be the actual tree over here? Yeah, it's going to be our actual Christmas tree. Now, I've ran around earlier as soon as I got home, and I've already got decorations from the north. So I guess we just have to stick it somewhere real fast. Even though that's way less. Okay. Can I take it off now? Yeah. I put it on just to take it back off, but now we got back to the lecture hall, so we have to talk with the professor again.
Here you are. Did you install the damper already? Nothing broke, did it?
I installed it and nothing broke.
Don't grumble at our only volunteer, Professor Nicholas. Otherwise he might run off. Better start the Christmas tree test. We're all set. The Christmas tree firmware has been updated. The new module is active.
She sounds like AI now. Are you sure it's ready? It won't short out?
I don't think so, my dear friend. Well, let's roll the dice. We haven't been split into atoms yet. So, I dare say that the trial launch was a success.
And to atoms, that could have happened?
Well, of course, my friend. Don't you know? We're sinking deeper and deeper into uncharted waters. During our experiments with this product of the Noosphere, about which we know almost nothing, anything could happen. But that's the beauty of scientific research. We scientists have the great honor of becoming discoverers. What do you think, colleague?
No, Maiden? You alright?
It works. It works! Somebody pinch me. Professor, take a look at the entropy level in the 1,000 meter range around our position.
What about it?
I'm reading a significant drop in it. Colleagues, it seems that the chances for humanity's salvation have greatly increased. Now, I don't want to overshadow our little victory, but one artifact is not enough for long-term entropy balancing. We'll need a few, as you put it, my dear, decorations. By adding up their effects through device lensing, we will be able to cover the entire zone and delay the conjunction. You need to find the next Snowman and get another similar artifact from it, my friend.
Speaking of the snowman, I felt something next to it.
Professor Nicholas, this is the exact mental effect that rumors have been circulating about. The mood really drops next to this snowman. It turns out that they somehow suppress optimal functioning of the neural connection responsible for positive motivation.
I'm not really sure, but
I suppose you're right. This effect certainly draws out the saddest images and the heaviest sorrow that a person can experience. I even dare assume.
That was how the snowman felt.
What? Are you sure about this?
Yeah, I understand now. I even embraced it because I sensed how bad it felt.
That might make sense. Tell me, what do you feel after you embrace the entity?
Horny. Apathy, grief, and despair, and a chance for salvation.
This is still very roundabout, but it's possible. And it's just a hypothesis. But what if we are dealing with representatives of another life form? Their way of communicating may be empathic rather than verbal. If we assume that the Snowmen are representatives of the reasonable race, and weigh that up against the fact that they appeared not long after the increase in entropy, then maybe they know how to stop it.
So you're suggesting we make contact with them?
I suppose so. This is exactly what Professor Nicholas was talking about. But we don't yet understand how they interact or their language. Your first contact doesn't give us sufficient information.
So what do we do now?
Splitting two atoms at once. We still need additional entropic interaction dampers, and based on previous empirical experience, we can get them from the Snowman. I'll reconfigure the IFS to increase its power and add new analysis algorithms. You go to the next Snowman and scan it. When it makes contact with you, the decoder function will be activated. I assure you, the interface will be incredibly friendly.
Alright, that sounds doable.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but due to our Christmas tree lost power, the increase in entropy has begun to acquire a more focused properties rather than a planned one. And one of these focal points is in the exact spot where the next Snowman is located. The information field indicators they are very unstable.
Things are getting worse.
There is truth in your words, my dear. But a few days ago, I was taking readings of the density of the toroidal fields of gravitons, and my equipment is still there. I'll be able to change the vector guides remotely, but our colleague will have to manually set the field configurations to stabilize the area. The scientist addresses you personally. One important thing to note, young man. The devices were not designed to work in this manner, and they can overheat if you don't do everything quickly. If the stabilizers overheat, you'll need to give them time to cool down before you try again.
Alright, that ends back to the lecture hall. You get 2,500 pine cones, which these are the new currency to buy things. 1,500 battle pass points. I'm amazed and happy that they made the quests, and I think the events as well give you battle pass points now, so there's a reason to actually do things outside of whatever the little event is. The IF scanner, 1,000 repair units, frosty vodka, which looks pretty nice, a bag of thermal plates, and 5 of the Stark anabolic steroids, and we get the quest Frostbitten Fix. And worse, alright, I'm moving out. And now we need to go to 2 places. We got an alpha and a beta, and they are both up near the duty base and army warehouses. So I'm going to head up there, and I will see you guys here in a second. All right, so we're in the army warehouse at the alpha stabilizer here, and this is time sensitive. If you take too long, it overheats. So let's run through it real fast. I'm going to click on the stabilizer, green key, go to the quantum interaction field. It's going to be 576. We're going to go to the Hadron base states. It's going to be 9134. Return to the parameter selection. The Noosphere energy is going to be the 1100. Return to parameter selection. Complete stabilization. Adjustments to stabilize field are underway. The interface is locked until space is fully stabilized. That one's done. That's the answers. You may have to watch this section once to get the answers because it is time sensitive. If you take too long, it overheats and you have to go back in. It doesn't lock you out. Thankfully, you just have to go back in and re-input all the answers correctly. So now we're going to head over to the second one over here, which is the beta stabilizer. And the beta stabilizer is just going to be over here in the middle of these trees. We're at the beta stabilizer over here. Same thing, time sensitive. So I'm just going to go straight down the list and give you the answers. I'm going to hit the green key. Quantum interaction field. It's going to be 284. Return to parameter selection. Hadron base states. It's going to be the 53227. Return to parameter selection. The Noosphere energy intensity is going to be the 0011. And intensity adjustment complete. That ends Frostbitten Fix, and we get close encounters of a snowy kind. Alpha spectrum instability zone, yada yada yada. Complete stabilization. Adjustment of the stabilizing field for quantum and Noosphere field alpha spectrum underway. The interface is locked until the space is fully stabilized. Leave. Now it says to start the IFS, which is over here where there happens to be a boss right now, a little world boss. that's part of the event. So it's going to be a snork that's chasing this guy, I think. There he is. And by the way, when these events are going on in here, those things fucking hurt. Where's the event box? Here it is. Ugh. By the way, always open your boxes as soon as you get them, because the boxes most of the time do drop on death, but the ornaments don't. So let's interact with the snowman. Place the IFS. Welcome Professor Nicholas's information field scanner control system. Choose an option. Scan the Noosphere fields. Scanning complete. That ends close encounters of a snowy kind, and we get freezing snowman. Turn off the device. You touch the snowman, once again feel a wave of sadness and yearning, although not as strong as last time. Embrace him. As you embrace the snowman, you subtly brush against a solid item. Examine the item. Turns out to be a scattering of Christmas ornaments. That ends freezing snowman, and you get the New Year's bonus. And it gives us 4 pink ornaments for this Christmas tree. Leave. And now we just have to go back to the bar. So I'm going to run all the way back there, and I will see you guys here shortly. All right, we're back at Professor Nicholas.
Ho ho ho. Well, well.
I'm back with news.
My dear, don't keep me waiting. Did you manage to make contact? What did you learn? What did the Snow Race's representative say?
Well, I barely have anything to tell you. I got a bunch of decorations.
There isn't too much information. Most annoying, but you managed to assemble the complete language key for the Snowman. That's unbelievable. Not that I didn't believe you could do it. I just mean it's incredible that these creatures are sentient and have their own highly advanced language. Tell me, how did you do it?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
How frustrating. Perhaps my interpretation was wrong. Wait, there is something wrong with the device's settings. It needs calibrating.
If you say so. What next?
Snow Maiden just recently formulated a fascinating theory about the next snowman. Go see her. She'll tell you all about it. But first, don't forget to put the entropic dampers, I mean the decorations, on the tree. And meanwhile, I'll reset the IFS for our next journey.
All right, that ends a New Year's bonus, and we get an important mission. You tell him excellent, and we have to talk to Snow Maiden again. Oh, actually, we have to go hang these decorations on the tree. Apparently, you have to do them all at the same time. God damn it. Okay, we got credit for that. Now let me put the real ones back on. Back to talk to Snow Maiden again.
You're back, and not empty-handed either. I noticed that the installation power has increased. That must mean you managed to get another damper off our second guest. Well done. Do you have any questions for me?
Professor Nicholas said you had a theory about the snowman.
That's right. While I was studying the data you provided, I noticed some odd details in the Noosphere, like signatures. The snowmen seem to be connected to each other, but on a level implying that there's someone in charge, a leader who instructs everyone else what to do.
I scanned the snowman, but we couldn't communicate.
Damn. And everything was looking so good. Shh, wait. I've got the data from this server. No way. It really is a language key, and the accompanying field wave properties. There's the link. So I was right. There's an alpha snowman that all the oldies are linked to. You have to find him, and quick. I might even know how.
There's a couple of instances where they read the same thing over, and I don't think they realize that they put them both in. How?
Every decoration added to the tree exponentially increases its power. With the decorations we have now, almost the whole zone is covered. And most excitingly of all, it covers not just the surface, it also goes deep down. Now we can analyze more complex, deeper layers of the Noosphere's information fields. Let's give it a try. Ha! Well, there you go. Apparently, there really is something much stronger in the zone than the snowman you studied before. I need to see what we are dealing with. I'll send you the coordinates now, but please, be ready for anything. I have no idea what you might find.
Well, that's reassuring. How can I be ready for something if I don't know what it is?
Now this is the true beauty of science. You'll know it when you see it. Oh, and don't forget to get your IFS of Professor Nicholas.
That ends just a briefing. We get 2,500 more pine cones, 1,500 more battle pass points, 1,000 parts, 3 lingonberry vodkas, a bag of thermoplates, and 5 more Stark anabolic steroids. And we get Santa and his sack of iron. You tell her, yeah, that's some great advice. Okay, another snowman. And we talk to Nicholas again.
This is phenomenal. We have never... yes.
Here for the scanner.
Yes. Apologies. I was lost in thought. And with a good reason.
Enlighten me.
Through an unbelievable feat, you somehow managed to acquire the Snowman's language pack. And that packet is the key, but that was just the top layer. When the device received the pack, the Snowman used it to into a bilateral psi-field interaction algorithm converted via the narrow frequencies of the Noosphere.
Yeah, I totally understood that, but could you say it again in English, just to be sure?
After I updated it, the algorithm transformed into code that lets the device create a field where you can communicate with those creatures in the same language. Not literally, of course. Still, inside this field you'll be able to understand each other. Oh, what a pity that I won't be with you at that fateful moment. But Snow Maiden needs me here. Making direct contact with extraterrestrial intelligence is a great honor. Alright, here's the device. Good luck.
And that ends Santa and his sack of iron. We get another IFS, and we get the quest A Chilly Meeting. And you tell him, thanks, I'll be off. And for this one, it's going to be over in the graveyard. So I'm going to run all the way over there, and I will see you guys shortly. All right, we are over in the graveyard where it says to go. I don't. Okay, here we go. We get here close enough. It says there's no snowman. I should look around. Now we have to head farther in. And here's part of a snowman. What the hell? There's a snowman's body but no head. Maybe it rolled off somewhere. Now we're heading over this way. So you're going to come around the backside here of this building, and you can go up in this window. And there's people to talk to. Talk with the bandits. Seva doesn't want to talk to us. Boria doesn't want to talk to us. And Chief, I hit up a barbecue or a hook. Whoa, guys, look who's come here. Why you're not shying away from us, Stalker? Did your mags fall out of your ass or something? Relax, I don't want any trouble. Don't make a big deal out of it, just screwing with you. It is the holidays after all. Which one is it again? Oh yeah, New Year. Of the dragon, screw it. That's why we drink fire water, so here you go, Stalker, take this glass. The bandit who's barely able to stand up, hands you a faceted glass with some vodka at the bottom. Thanks guys, but I'm here on business, no hard feelings. A prosecutor deals in business, we deal in affairs. Look at this busy bee, he shows up in Stalker rags, refuses to drink, and now he wants to talk my ear off. Alright. I'm feeling nice today. Come on, tell me what you got. Have you seen a snowman head by any chance? What damn snowman? Oh, you mean, I don't know how to pronounce that. Whatever that guy's name is. I don't get it. What's that? I'm asking about a head. I started when we went to get some more booze. Basically, we were walking along and heard something. Everyone thought it was the alcohol talking. Then we followed the sound and it was coming from the snowman. We decided to check and see if it was one of the guys joking around, got closer and it howls. Well, Boris socked it twice in the head, but it didn't do any good. It just carried on talking nonsense like before. A real goddamn chatterbox. I've seen a lot of crazy shit in the zone, but I've never seen a talking snowman. Why did you haul it to the camp? Are you deaf? It's a talking snowman. An intelligent life form, you know? We weren't going to leave it out in the cold. Also, Senya suggested we give it some vodka to loosen its tongue. On the way, its head fell off, so we threw it in a box and took it with us. And then we got drunk and forgot about the damn thing. These creatures are indestructible. How did you manage to rip its head off? How should I know? Boris is the one who hauled it here, and he's a weird guy. If you were to put him in a room with 2 metal balls, he'd lose one and break the other. A real skillful guy, basically. Wait a moment. So you know something about this miracle snowman? Only in theory, I need to talk to it first. Can you? You need to, damn it. Well, I don't see how you're going to talk to it. It only knows one word. And that ends seeing in Christmas, and we get switch on the left, lever on the right. I have a special device. Let's test it now. And the large gift is behind us back here. Says the gift radiates anxiety. Snowman is definitely in it. Open the box, and he says whatever that word is. So we're going to use the IFS. Configure the translator. Stable resonance of Noosphere energy have been detected within the limits permitted for interpretation. To form bilateral psi fields, you need to select source language code. Retrieving language metadata. Please perform verbal calibration by optimizing the phonetic composition of the language based on the following compiled phrases. I'm assuming we're supposed to say the "Oh Christmas tree, how lovely are your branches," because that's an actual song. Voice calibration 33.3% complete. Additional verbal correction of the input data required by request of the facility. The specifics of the request have been selected. Attention test. New Year. Santa Claus with your beard so white. Are you on the sauce tonight? Nice. I'm going to say Happy New Year. You can swear the snowman rolling his button eyes. You find a feeling strange. New data appears on the device. Arrays are being calculated. A new message pops up. Continue. Bilateral psi field 99.9% complete. Establishing stable connection. Please make the final adjustment manually. Incoming data received. It is necessary to isolate unnecessary symbols that do not carry linguistic content. It's going to be the very last one, apparently. The third one down. Let's try to talk again. Hello.
Creature of matter, we've been watching you since our first contact. We were hoping that you could uncover the truth.
Why is it so quiet?
We don't have much time, but you have many questions. Without answers, there can be no trust. And trust is what we need. What do you want to know?
What's the reason for the conjunction?
There are barriers between our world and yours. They're invisible, and we once believed them to be indestructible. But the breach that created the zone proved that this was not the case. Many of us accepted our fate to become a part of the boundless energy of the Noosphere in the inside out. But there were also those who wanted to return home. Through their efforts, they managed to shatter the barriers, and the Noosphere began to rapidly bind with reality. Blinded by hope, the rebels have almost completed what they started. But me and my companions resisted.
Sorry, this is so quiet. I don't know why this one is so low. How can we stop this?
Brought informational concepts with us, incarnated in the material world in the form of Christmas tree decorations. You have used some of them correctly. Some of them you are yet to find. I kept the most powerful concepts to myself. They will complete the fundamental algorithm of entropy balancing and stop the conjunction. At least, for a while.
Tell 'em, great, give them here.
Fortunately, that would require me to reconnect with my body. I hope you know where to find it.
Tell them we do, but more on that later. I have a few more questions.
But remember, we have limited time.
I'm going to tell him I don't have any more questions because you can barely hear him. Apparently, I have to ask him more questions. What are you?
We are the inhabitants of the inside out, altered by the Noosphere and reincarnated in the form of energy dissolved within its waves. We have come here to help you stop an impending catastrophe that could destroy both of our worlds.
Why do you look like a snowman? All right, I've got more questions. Who are you? I'm going to ask him, how is it others can't be destroyed, but you've been smashed? Tell him, let me ask you something else. Now we can end this because I can't barely hear what he's saying. All right, that ends switch on the left, lever on the right, and we get Snow Maiden, give me a clamp. And we have to take his head back with us. He wants to know what the snowman said. I'm going to tell him he's not mad. He asked you to drink to its health. He said, dodged a bullet there. I was starting to think I doomed humanity to certain death by punching a representative of an extraterrestrial civilization. That definitely calls for a drink. Want to join me? No, I have to go. Tell him another time. So long, Boris. Now we got to go back to his body, it looks like, which is right here. Interact with it. Yes, your body is here. Take the head to the body. You carry the snowman's head to his body. Your reality starts to shake slightly, but you can feel the very matter around you is changing and being rebuilt. When it's over, you see a scattering of Christmas tree decorations at your feet. Collect them all of them, so you take all the decorations. And that gives us 4 more decorations. And we ask what's next. And that ends Snow Maiden, Get Me a Clamp, and we get First Contact Committee, and we got to go back to Nicholas. I'm going to try to figure out why that one was so quiet so that the rest of them you can actually hear. You probably will be barely able to hear that. So I got to head back to the bar. I will see you guys here in a second. All right, so we're back at the bar, and the professor is not going to be over where he was last time. He's going to be over here by the tree somewhere. There he is.
My dear, you're finally here. Well, don't keep me waiting. Tell me everything. Did you manage to track down the Alpha Snowman?
Of course I did. You show the snowman's head to the Snow Maiden and the professor.
How did you? Why? Why did you tear off the Alpha Snowman's head? Are you out of your mind? It could have told us useful information about Noosphere.
It wasn't me. It was a bandit named Boris, they call him. See? It's alive.
That's unbelievable. The new life form is trying to communicate by adapting to our language system. Is my dream about to come true? Am I about to communicate with a species as intelligent as Homo sapiens?
That's right. Just set up the IFS settings. Otherwise, you won't hear anything except whatever that word is.
Of course, of course. One moment. I'll just upload the latest data you received during the setup of the translator function. And Ready. Linguistic IFS model updated. Field created. Toll, is that right? My name is Professor Nicholas. Do you understand me?
Of course he does.
I understand you perfectly. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor Nicholas.
And that's Snow Maiden.
Hello, Head. Oh, I mean Tall. I'm sorry, I haven't gotten used to the idea that I'm looking at a talking snowman's head yet.
This is just a part of the embodiment of my essence, and I don't. Wait, Snow Maiden. It seems that the material world of the zone is irreversibly distorted. There were no members of the opposite sex before.
Snow Maiden's an exception. All right, it's time to get down to business.
Wait a minute, my dear. I have so many questions to ask Mr. Tall One. Where did you come from in our world? Why does your material shell only consist of a head, while other snowmen have full-fledged bodies? Who gave you the name Tall and why? What substance are you even made of? On the atomic or subatomic?
No time for questions, Professor?
I'll happily tell you everything you want to know, Professor Nicholas, but your colleague is correct. There's no time to lose. We must input the latest informational concepts into the material embodiment of stabilization known as the Christmas tree. Without the full set of decorations that my companions and I brought with us, the tree will not be able to fully balance the current entropy.
I'm on it.
You can leave my physical form here for now. I want to discuss an important matter with your companions. And could the rational and material professor kindly place me underneath suitable coverings that would hide my true nature from the local inhabitants, lest they become disconcerted by my strangeness?
And that ends First Contact Committee, and we get "'Tis the season to be jolly." You tell him, Professor, I'm handling the guest over to you. And we have to place the 3 decorations that we got.
There you are. I take it dampers have been installed in our device.
Apparently you need to talk to the professor, not him again, even though it says talk to the snowman. Decorations are on the tree.
While you were taking care of that vital matter, I explained to your colleagues that certain changes need to be made to the stabilization embodiment algorithm. You see, the information received from the material world was not entirely complete, so I was unable to conceptualize an ideal iteration of your tree.
So the decorations are useless.
No, not at all. Toll has already helped me adjust our installation, so that it interacts optimally with the artifacts installed in it. As for whether or not it is working, we shall see presently.
Hope it all goes as planned.
Wait, Professor. First, we have to say the code word that activates the conceptual sequence in your language. It's deck the halls.
Is this a joke?
I don't get it. His face is totally emotionless. Although, wait, I think he's smiling. No, false alarm. The buttons have just slipped off his mouth a little.
Saul, are you serious?
Exceptionally so. This is no time for jokes, creature of matter. Let us save them for later. I can even generate a short sound sequence based on the concept of laughter. What beings like you would call a joke. If we can stop the worlds from merging, that is.
Professor, over to you.
I'm rather nervous. Give me a second to pull myself together. All right then. As Gagarin once said, we're off. Dig the holes.
Did it work?
What the devil? I don't understand. The device is working, but...
But what?
But only in some areas of the zone. There is one section that the tree is having no effect on. For some reason. You mean the installation's glitching?
You're joking.
We're too late. I'm too late. He's already here.
Who? What happened, Saul?
Nikolin. He embodies all the most unnerving information from the inside out. Cruelty, suffering, death. I never thought he would manage to follow us into the material world. Now we're surely doomed.
Man, what's so scary about him?
His burning desire to gain a foothold in this world. You must understand, creatures of matter. Nikolin is the rebel who opposed his destiny and resisted becoming part of the flow of energy in the Noosphere. The presence of a being that is so unnatural for your world will increase entropy, cancelling out the tree's effect.
So how do we stop him?
I doubt you can succeed against him, creature of matter. I doubt anyone can. In the inside out, he took on the form of the most dangerous being that he had faced in the zone. Coming face to face with him would be suicide.
We'll see about that. Tell me where to find him.
What are you thinking? Didn't you hear what Tal said? I'm not sending you to certain death.
We have no choice.
You're right. We have to at least try, otherwise we are finished. Very well. I'll give you Nicolan's coordinates, but on one condition. Promise you'll come back safe and sound.
Promise.
Listen, if you die, I'll resurrect you and kill you again. With my own bare hands. Believe me, the professor and I will find a way to raise you from the dead.
And that ends back to business. We get 2,500 pine cones, 1,000 parts, 3 grogs, another bag of thermoplates, 3 mutant roasts, and 1,500 more battle pass points. And now we got the quest, A Threat from the Noosphere. And we have to eliminate Nicolan? He's in the dump. Okay. So I'm going to run down to the dump and I'll see you guys here shortly. It seems like this may be on the backside. There's going to be a door right here to the southwest of where Junkman and everything are. Entrance is right here. That is a pseudo. So make sure to bring your shotgun. I'm using instant ammo, but I mean, a buckshot would work just fine, I'm sure. Or whatever they named it to, bird shot. All right, that's dead. Nothing on him. But apparently we got a rare Soviet tinsel from this. So now we just have to talk to the professor. So I'm assuming we leave through the door here. Yep. Yeah, as you can see, there's a freedomer right there. I don't know if you're hostile to bandits, if you're a stalker, and vice versa, but you're not hostile to the other sub-factions, it doesn't seem. Because I'm in duty, and that was a freedom guy. He wasn't attackable, so. I'm going to run back to the bar now, and I will see you guys here in a second. By the way, I just passed a bandit on the way back, and you are hostile to the other faction. So if you're a stalker, you'll be hostile to bandits. Bandits will be hostile to stalkers, but it seems like sub-faction PvP is disabled. And I don't know if that's something new in the update where it's disabled anywhere south of the bar, or if it's only for the event. But we are back at the bar. We're going to go talk to Professor Nicholas again.
Welcome back, my friend. I see you still have all your limbs. That must mean you bested Nihilin?
Yep, the monster's dead.
Really? I can't believe it. Thank you. You are a true hero. Even though I was worried, I still knew you could do it.
There was no need to worry, piece of cake. The stories were scarier than the real thing.
Well, you're humble, aren't you? I hope that Toll was right and the destroying the destructive entity really didn't change the course of events. Professor, could you check whether entropy is discrete in the dot-cell of the zone? I'll do it myself, but I'm afraid it might have failed again.
Fingers crossed.
With the utmost pleasure, my dear colleague. Unlike you, I'm full of optimism. All right, let's take a look at the data from our tree. Ladies and gentlemen, I hereby officially declare that entropy has begun slowly, but surely receding. Just as Toll thought, destroying the pathogen has extended the tree's effect to the zone's entirety.
So the danger's past us.
Correct, creature of matter. Thanks to you and your companions, our worlds will continue to exist, at least for a while.
For a while? Why would you put it like that?
Too early to say whether the disaster has truly been averted or just delayed. For now, the tree is powerful enough to stop entropy from increasing. But who knows what tomorrow will bring. Some of my companions weren't able to take on the form of snowmen, which is what humans usually see them as, so their artifacts manifested separately from them, somewhere in the zone. If you can find them, don't waste precious time. Put the artifacts in the device straight away. They'll enhance the tree's effect on entropy.
Got it. Try to find them.
Thank you, creature of matter. I'd shake your hand in gratitude for the part you played in saving us, but generating an image of a hand would take too long.
Having a little joke, huh? By the way, you promised me a joke, remember?
All right, but I warn you, my sense of humor is rather different from yours. So my joke is, how do you tell a snowman from a snow woman? Easy. Just check where the children stuck the carrot. I see you are not laughing. Perhaps I should explain.
All right, I get it. Very funny.
You do indeed indeed have a sense of humor unlike anyone else's. Well, my dear, I don't have a joke for you, but please accept this humble gift for your efforts.
He gives you a large red star for the tree topper, 2,500 more pine cones, 2,000 parts, 3 more grog, 5 unstable anomalous batteries, 15 advanced tools, 5 Stark anabolic steroids, 3,000 battle pass points, and the tall head charm. Thanks. What will you do now?
Snow Maiden and I have some unfinished businesses to attend to. Personal businesses. So we will get to it. Don't worry, Toll. As you're now stuck in the material world, you'd be most welcome to join our scientific team.
Offer accepted, Professor. As the old saying goes, 3 heads are better than 2.
You're talking about Snow Maiden going home, right?
That's right. I've met such wonderful friends here, yourself included, but still, home is calling me. I want to try to find a way back. And I very much hope that Professor Nicholas and Tal will help me.
I understand. Just promise you won't vanish without saying goodbye.
Of course, you've been such a help to us. I'll be terrible ungrateful if I didn't say goodbye to you properly.
And that completes Victory Bells, and we get to the future under your own steam. So excellent. So long, Snow Maiden. So long, friends. And now we just have to wait for a message from Snow Maiden. All right, so almost immediately, a new quest popped up, said to talk to Snow Maiden. So we're going to go talk to the Snow Maiden again. Snow Maiden studying data on the tablet, lost in thought. Hey there.
Oh, you're back. Oh, so, right. Professor Nicholas said I need to have less contact with the locals if I want to go home. He says I might pick up chronons from this time period.
I'm going to pretend I understood that. Any progress?
Just don't be surprised. The professor and I have been studying our improvised Christmas tree. Professor Nicholas was dying to know how exactly the entropy balancing process works. Particularly as our beautiful tree is now almost unrecognizable after the modifications we made to it under Toll's guidance. By the way, Toll was wondering why you hadn't dropped by. The locals have told him all sorts of new jokes. It's hilarious. And now he wants to share them with you. So go see our little snowman friend when you have time, okay?
Oh, he's a funny little one. Okay, I'll drop by. So what did the professor manage to find out?
Entropy seems to be balanced out as the Noosphere fields return to the base states. When this happens, particles influence quantum information and interact with each other just as they normally do in the zone. But that's not the most surprising thing. Believe it or not, the Christmas tree is accumulating surplus energy in the process. Pure energy, devoid of any vector, or rather any character, any direction.
And what does that get us?
This energy, it's like clay, malleable, supple. It can take on any form. If you believe our local Einstein, we can use it to influence reality however we want. But here's the thing. The professors decided to test out his theory on chronons by getting them to take me home.
That's unexpected. Do you need my help?
Professor Nicholas has his hands full right now, so we need you again. I need. Go talk to him and find out how you can help.
That ends forward to the future, and we get spare hands. And say, okay, I'll go talk to him. Turn around, talk to him.
Ho, ho, ho. Is it me you want?
Why is he so loud all of a sudden? It is, Professor.
What is it, young man? I hope it's important. Excuse my bluntness, but if you're here for a chat, this isn't the best time. I have a great deal to get on with.
I like that they added voices, but they really need to regulate the volume. Some are real quiet, some are just right, some are screaming at you. Snow Maiden said you found a way to get her back home. She asked me to help you with your research.
It's true. I could use some help. Let me get you up to speed. While studying a Christmas tree, I stumbled upon an interesting detail. It is accumulating Noosphere energy. Pure undistorted energy with zero entropy. A blank slate, if you like. Just waiting to be filled with information. Thoughts, desires, feelings, and then to release it all so miracles can happen.
Snow Maiden mentioned that, so we'll be able to make miracles happen just like that.
Not exactly. More power means less stability. What's more, to create something on the level of the zone, we'd need hundreds of years worth of this energy. But there should be enough energy for one little Christmas miracle, returning dear Snow Maiden home.
What do you want me to do?
I'll give you my latest device, the Noosphere Field Configurator. It contains a small supply of pure energy from the planet's information field. Your task will be to visit several space bubbles and conduct experiments in them. Your old friend, the IFS, will collect the data. It will be in autoscan mode, so you won't even have to take it out of your back. And don't worry, it's quite safe. You won't be flung back to the time of the dinosaurs, or forward to the heat death of the universe.
And that completes Spare Hands, and we get the quest The Way to the Future, and we get the IFS and 4 of the Noosphere field configurators. How reassuring. Give me the device and the coordinates of the bubble. There's no time to waste. And it looks like we are going to be going north of the bar. All right, let's run up there and do this. I will see you guys here in a second. All right, we're up here north of the bar in Army Warehouse where we're supposed to go. Looks like it's going to be near this little house. Where do we... Oh, there's the space bubble. We got to jump in it, I guess. All right, we are inside here now. So where do we place these damn things? Am I blind? I'm not really seeing anywhere to interact. Oh. There's one. It doesn't really mark the location. Like, you just have to run around and look at the ground. Until you get the prompt. I think it's probably supposed to show you a little outline like it usually does to plant stuff. But it is not doing that currently. And it may just be bugged on my end. Yours may actually show up correctly. Oh. So there's one over there. There's one right there. There's one on this shelf. And where's the last one gonna be? Oh, way over here. Okay. It says to talk with Professor Nicholas. Oh, there it is. I was about to say, is the space bubble invisible too? Because I don't see anything. Oh, and it teleports us back to the bar. That's fucking awesome. So let's run back over here and talk to the professor real fast. Comment down below if yours was bugged and you had to just run around to try and find where to place the damn things.
He's already proven he's capable.
Good Lord.
I warned him off.
Professor Nicholas?
Yes, young man? Have you already visited the first bubble? How did the tests go?
Nothing much happened. I didn't squash any butterflies.
What butterflies? Anyway, I'll get all the data from the IFS now. Ho ho ho. This one isn't suitable. I'll give you the coordinates of the next one. And yes, do take this new and slightly improved prototype. It should improve the experiment's precision.
Okay, I'll be off.
And by the way, you really shouldn't squash butterflies. They haven't done anyone any harm, but there may well be mutants there. Squashing them is a categorically excellent idea. Good luck.
All right, that ends Clockmaker in a lab coat. We get 2,500 more pine cones, 1,500 battle pass points, 1,000 parts, 3 frosty vodkas, another bag of thermoplates, and 5 more anabolic steroids. And we get bubble number 2 and the exact same quest items again. You tell them thanks. And the next one is going to be in the forest. So let me run over there. I'll see you guys shortly. All right, we're down here in the forest where we need to be. It's at the place where there's usually a gold helmet military camp with the one that's way up top. There should be a space bubble. Maybe the space bubble's up top. So let's go see. Yeah, it's way up top. It's actually on the top of the fucking building. How do you even get up there? Can you jump this and climb? Okay, you can. Just got to climb all the way up here through the bubble. Hopefully I don't need the shotgun immediately. Let's go ahead and get it out just in case. And it looks like this one's going to be bugged as well because I don't see... Oh, there are actually things to shoot in here. Oh, there's a big ass rat. No, leave me alone, Master Splinter. Okay, so there is a big ass rat down this one cave. Oh, it's actually working in this one. You can actually see the... Oh, no. There's a chimera. And some doges. I think things spawn after you kill stuff. So that killed one, so now I guess the chimera spawned and then kill the chimera. There's probably gonna be a pseudo giant now. A baby chimeras? What in the fuck? Hey! All right, there's another one down this one with the baby chimeras. We got 2 more to do. Let's figure out where they're at. Up this way, maybe? Oh, the pseudo giant. Okay, the pseudo giant is a squishy. So if you have a protector or the shotgun, like the breacher shotgun or something like that, the breacher shotgun may give you a little bit of trouble. You may want to bring like a spaz or something, because having only 3 or 4 rounds may be a problem with as many enemies as running around here. But thankfully everything is pretty squishy. So let's go up the stairs now. I guess the last one may be up here. That's a big ass snort. Oh, he blows up. And the last one. I'm using ensign rounds for this, and it seems to be working. Can you not shoot that? There it goes. Seems to be working very well. I don't know if birdshot, whatever it is, whatever the new buckshot is, would work as well. But ensign round works very well. Oh, there it is. The bubble's right in the middle here. Oh, god damn it. It looks like you gotta hurry up and kill everything and then start climbing. There we go. I hope this takes us back to the bar again. Nice, it does. And the professor is at the tree this time.
What else should I hook it up to? They knew back in Rat, but I don't really.
I'm back from the second bubble.
Ah, there you are. What news do you have for me this time, young man?
I don't think the second bubble's suitable either.
Just a minute, I'm retrieving the IFS data. Alas, you are correct, but allow me to reassure you. I have the coordinates of a third bubble with suitable quantum properties. It's already marked on your PDA. And yes, do take this new prototype. It's 0.04% more accurate than the previous one.
That completes back in your own time. We get 2,500 more pine cones, 1,500 more battle pass points, 1,000 parts, 5 more Stark anabolic steroids, 3 lingonberry vodkas, and another bag of thermoplates. And we get 3rd rounds the charm. Same exact quest items again. You tell them it's night and day. I'll be on my way. Now we have to go to the 3rd bubble location, which is in the dump. And it's going to be just inside the dump in the compound to the northeast of where Junkman is. So let me run all the way down there and I'll see you guys here shortly. We are down here where we need to be. There's a space bubble on top of the ruins here. And this is the same ones you have to go up and plant a beacon on for one of the main story quests, I think. You should know how to get up here by now. And in we go. Probably should have got the shotgun out first. Mini pseudo giants, that's fun. Definitely have your shotgun out. Preferably a shotgun that has more than 3 or 4 rounds. Yeet some snowballs through here. Ye old bloodsuckers. There's one up here to the right. Gonna continue on. Can you make it through there without... not really. It looks like there's gonna be one directly up here. Continuing on down the path here. Gonna be another one up top of here. Now there's a black hole right there. I'm gonna drop down over here farther. I don't like the snowballs. Is that a chimera? The snowballs don't bounce like the bolts do, so they don't hit multiple anomalies, it doesn't seem like. More baby pseudos. and what looks like a boss arena. That's what I figured. Now there's 3. There were 3 bubbles that showed up and now they're gone. So it just says destroy mutants. Oh, the bubbles are what's spawning them. Yeah. You're definitely going to want a shotgun with more than 3 rounds. Can you just hide up here? Oh, that's where something's going to spawn because I can't even get up there. That pseudo giant blows up when he dies, so don't be low health when you kill him. Is that it? That seems to be it. All right, through the bubble. Takes us back. Nice. Now we got to talk to... Oh.
Ho, ho, ho! What efficiency! Snow Maiden was about to write to you just a couple of minutes ago.
Haven't got a message from her, but I did go visit the 3rd bubble at the coordinates you gave me. Nothing doing by the looks of it. Here's the IFS. What's my next target?
The coordinates I gave you? What? And where did you get this autonomous IFS prototype? I only just finished the blueprints for it.
You gave me that yourself.
The temporal markers don't match the markers for the time we're now. And the device itself, it's configured so much better than the one I just finished inventing. I recognize one of my own invention when I see it. Having analyzed this information and ruled out all impossible scenarios, I conclude that you are from the future. This is phenomenal. My theory works in practice, which means the configurator also works. And my method too. And you, young man, have found a suitable bubble, which also works.
You mean I travel back in time?
Precisely. I was just about to tell Snow Maiden more about the results of my calculations. Let's go share our wonderful news, my dear colleague. She'll be delighted.
And that ends the quest back to, and that's just the name of the quest, 2,500 more pine cones, 1,000 parts, 3 grogs, 3 mutant roasts, a bag of thermal plates, and 1,500 more battle pass points. And we get the quest, The Past. Let's not keep her waiting. She's going to be back up here where she's been the whole time. Hey there.
Well, hello. I didn't expect you to get here so soon. Good to see you. How are things? You got my message then?
I have a Christmas gift for you as proof we can control time using Noosphere energy.
What? Professor Nicholas, what does he mean?
Over to you, Professor.
My dear, you see before you our old friend, but from the future. The not too distant future, just a few hours away. From the time period where I have already given him our configurator and told him about our theory concerning the configuration of pure Noosphere energy. He's found a suitable spatial bubble for our experiment. Now all that's left is to set the configurator up so that it creates a passage back home for you.
Snowman, you okay?
Thank you, both of you. This is a genius Christmas miracle. I'm just blowed over.
Snow Maiden, step away from our friend immediately. Your quantum stability indicators have changed. You've picked altered chronons up of him.
I'm gonna have to lower his fucking volume in editing. What does that mean?
It means that if she touches the you from the past that's our present, then a paradox might occur.
Better hide her away or explain all this to me that's about to arrive.
No, if we do that, we violate the Novikov self-consistency principle and end up with another paradox when we have quite enough of them as it is.
So what's the plan?
Well, I try not to touch you from the past and just pretend that nothing's happened.
Right.
And be sure to keep your distance, my dear. We just need to decide what to say to you when you arrive, my friend, so you don't ask awkward questions. After all, who knows how changing your memories might affect the success of our venture.
You'll figure it out, I'm sure. What else do we need to do?
And now for the hard part. I'm afraid you won't like this much. We have the technology. We have the bubble. But to send our dear Snow Maiden so far into the future, we'll need much more pure Noosphere energy. Luckily, and this is the only good news, the Christmas tree now has enough energy stored in it. Except, we can't take the Christmas tree to the bubble. It's too fragile. Plus, the locals have grown fond of our Christmas tree and won't let us carry it off.
There must be another way of transferring the energy.
There is a way, but we'll need a container with a quantum barrier. That's the only thing that can hold this energy, which tries to change everything it touches in the material world. And I know where to get one. In one of the labs that once hosted what you now know as the Dead Time Project. It's a dangerous, potentially fatal venture, but we have no choice. The laboratory has been closed down, but I just happen to have a key belonging to a staff member with a level 2 access. And here are the coordinates.
Sounds like another impossible mission, so just another day in the office.
I feel so bad that you're doing all of this for me. You keep on risking your life for me. Your kindness means a great deal to me. Please, be very careful.
Thanks for the concern, but if I've beaten whatever his name is, I'm sure I can handle the laboratory.
Come back safe and sound. And soon.
I'll be back before you can say caviar sandwich.
Caviar sandwich.
And that ends the pass, and we get Quantum Veil. And you tell her, okay, maybe not that fast, but I will come back. And you get the key card. So, to go to the laboratory, we need to go to the Army Warehouse. So I'm going to run back up there, and I will see you guys shortly. All right, so we are up here in Army Warehouse where you need to be. It's going to be underneath where the zombies or sub-faction people spawn for the camp here. Just to the northeast of where it says Army Warehouses, and there's a door here for you to go in. Checkpoint reached. And now we're just looking for the container. It looks like there's going to be zombies in here. They don't seem to have any armor on yet, so that's good. Fuck. Whatever. And you're just going to clear your way through here. There's a big boy. So there is a boss. He's not really that hard to kill, but he is here. Oh, we need to get them all turned to green. All right. You literally just have to sit there and figure out the... Fuck. Figure out the patterns. Oh, I thought those were bosses. And now we have the container with the quantum barrier. Found the container. Time to go, which means... Shut up. Which means there's going to be stuff to fight on the way out. I just had to kill a bloodsucker. Looks like that was all. It was just one bloodsucker spawned. And we're just going to chill here for a second. And I'm going to head back to the bar. Back to talk to the professor who is at the tree now.
Welcome back, my dear. By the way, the other you has already set off to the third bubble. I dare say the sortie into the laboratory went well.
Of course it did. Here's the container.
Let's have a look. Its integrity is uncompromised, and its quantum barrier is active. Perfect. Outstanding job, my dear colleague. My dear, would you be so kind as to attach the container to the Christmas tree? And meanwhile, I'll get ready to launch the energy extraction algorithm.
Need help?
No. Explaining what to put where would take me longer. It's easiest to do it all myself. And you help us enough already. Without you, the professor and I almost certainly wouldn't have been able to find the container we need for the experiments. You're a really Indiana Jones, though. You penetrated the very heart of the Temple of Science and stole the Holy Grail.
Watch out, people.
I didn't know you liked old films.
There is a lot you don't know about me. The past year on the mainland has really changed me. I've developed a taste for old books as well as films. I recently read one that really made an impression on me. It's called Roadside.
Enough billing and cooing, my dears. I've almost finished preparing the algorithm, and the container's still not in place.
Sorry, Professor. Go on, Snow Maiden. We can come back to this later.
You know, my friend, on some subconscious level, I actually hope our experiment fails, and Snow Maiden stays here with us. Who knows what we could achieve together, what scientific discoveries we could make. But of course, none of that matters when you're homesick. So, I'd ask you not to give her any reason to doubt her decision, alright?
You got my word?
The container's connected. You can start the energy transfer, Professor Nicholas. I just hope it doesn't melt. We hardly be able to find another like it.
Could that happen?
In theory, my dear, only in theory. A sudden jolt of energy can do that. After all, we do have technologies of quite different generations here. But it's highly unlikely. Colleagues, I suggest we abandon this guesswork and finally commence the energy transfer.
Come on, Professor, tell us, is it working?
Of course it is, my dear. Did you doubt me? I always calculate everything with perfect precision, down to the last joule. Heat release is within normal range. The flow of energy is stable. Another couple of minutes and the container will be full of pure Noosphere energy. My friends, we are one step closer to success.
And Snow Maiden one step closer to home.
Quite so, my dear. Let's see how it's doing. 98, 99, 100%! The transfer is complete. Congratulations, colleagues. Now all we have to do is retrieve the container and place it in the configurator. After that, our preparations for the greatest experiment of the modern age will almost be complete. I'll be right back.
Are you already picturing going home, Snow Maiden?
I really want to, but I'm afraid I'll jinx it. I know it's silly of me to believe that kind of things, especially as I'm the first person to have time traveled so far. But I can't help it. If our attempt fails, it will be the end for me.
It'll be okay, you'll see.
I'm back. The equipment is ready to go. How about you, my friends? Have you composed yourselves? Can we leave for the site of the experiment?
So soon?
We are ready as will ever be, Professor Nicholas. Isn't that right?
Sure, no use dragging our feet, let's move out.
I can feel our resolve is firm. So, show me the way, my friend. And dear Snow Maiden and I will be right behind you.
Off we go, and it's going to teleport us somewhere.
We've arrived, it seems.
Jesus.
Well then, my friends, allow me to enlighten you as to the details of the experiment. When I launch the configurator, the device will take a few minutes to scan the space, determine the oscillation frequency of the Noosphere's layers, and calibrate itself based on this information. When this process is complete, Snow Maiden will simply press the button to create the Einstein-Rosen-Nicholas bridge that will take her home.
Sounds simple enough. How safe is it?
I'll tell you straight, it's not, but I've done my best to minimize the risks.
No, Maiden, you sure about this?
Absolutely. It's kind of you to be so worried about me, but I know it will be okay. Professor Nicholas would let me do this if he wasn't sure it would work. So please, cast your doubts aside and just be happy for me.
Very persuasive. Okay, I'm happy now.
Excellent. If there are no more gnawing doubts, then let's begin. And we're off. The scanning stage is complete. Now to determine the Noosphere layer oscillation frequency, and done! The last step is the longest. Calibration using the information is just gathered.
Professor, something's wrong. How did they get here?
I knew our luck couldn't hold.
Damn! This is what I was afraid of. My devices are registering the creation of numerous rifts in the Noosphere.
Our uninvited guests don't seem happy about what we're doing.
Are they aiming at the configurator? We have to stop them.
And that ends. We're off and we get Guardians of Time. I'll cover you and the professor while you figure out why these rifts are appearing. I don't have bullets. There's a freaking sniper? Okay. I forgot that I suicided. Note to self. Don't come in here. Don't come in here without bullets. Preferably some armor-piercing ones. I need more bullets. Oh, motherfuck.
This down without a plan.
Apparently there's a chimera toward the end. Jesus, okay. Wasn't prepared for that. I knew there'd be something. I didn't know it was going to be all that, though.
That was close. Just a little longer and that experiment wouldn't have sent Snow Maiden to the future. It would have sent us all to an early grave.
The hell happened here, Professor?
As I mentioned before, the more pure Noosphere energy builds up, the less stable it is. The device was working at capacity, and the filters couldn't cope with the entropy buildup. In other words, we have a taste of the very disaster we saved the world from. A spatially and temporally limited taste, of course.
But the device is still working. They didn't damage it?
Oh, that's right, Professor. Is the device okay?
Why are you still here, Professor?
Firstly, please remain calm. The device is still transforming the bubble. Secondly, I had a thought back there about the nature of our guests. I have a theory, but it's so absurd that I'm afraid to even voice it.
Nothing surprises me anymore. Let's hear it.
I believe the Noosphere didn't appreciate us interfering in its workings.
Seriously?
Well, we took the essence of the energy that brings all human thoughts, ideas, and feelings into existence, and began encroaching upon the Noosphere's harmonious work. Our interference may well have provoked a sort of immune response. Leukocyte-like entities were dispatched to destroy the pathogen, the configurator in this case.
Okay.
So, if we keep going, will something ever stronger and more dangerous appear? Won't the Noosphere's organism generate even stronger? White cells? Things we couldn't handle.
That's a good question.
If my theory is correct, then that is perfectly plausible. And in that case, our chances of victory will be null, so to speak. After all, the Noosphere's capabilities are truly limitless. But we are not going to give up now, are we?
Let's finish the experiment and send Snow Maiden home.
No. Let's call this off. We're going back. I can't risk destroying you and this reality. I can't let this happen. It crosses an ethical line for me, as a scientist and a human being.
We can do this. We've come too far to give up now.
Please remember that our aim was in journeying down this long and thorny path. We aren't simply getting you home. We are also conducting a quite monumental experiment. And don't worry about us too, my dear. We'll be just fine. Isn't that right, my friend?
Go on, Snow Maiden. I'll look after our genius inventor, I promise.
You are the craziest, most insane, most wonderful friends I could possibly have wished to find in the zone.
Are you blushing, Professor?
I can't help it. It's a natural reaction to compliments made from the heart. Thank you, my dear. If you ever find yourself in this spot, be sure to drop by for tea. We can discuss the Big Bang or some other topic that our dear friend here will find tedious.
Yep, leave me out of it. I need a break from science.
I most certainly will, Professor Nicholas. And now, it's your turn. You didn't think I forgot my hero, did you? So listen, your conviction that our plan would work gave me the strength to keep going, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. Here, I have a gift for you to remember me by.
All right, that ends that part of the quest. We get 2,500 more pine cones, 1,500 more battle pass points, 1,000 parts, another bag of thermoplates, 3 frosty vodkas, 5 more Stark anabolic steroids, and a postcard. What does it say? I love you as a friend. Bitch. God, getting cock blocked by the postcard. I want to tell her you shouldn't have. I'd remember you forever anyway.
And you... Now go on. Or I change my mind again.
That completes Over the Rainbow, and we get the quest Goodbye. You tell her goodbye, Snow Maiden, and it says leave the space bubble. Oh, all right. We are back at the bar, and he's going to be back up in the northeastern corner of the bar again.
Ah, there you are, my friend. Ho ho ho. Exciting times,
You can say that again. Did he stop talking? I hope Snow Maiden's all right. With any luck, she's sitting down to a fabulous Christmas spread with the nearest and dearest, telling them the incredible story of her travels. Is there any reason to doubt that?
I hope Snow Maiden is all right. With any luck, she's sitting down to a fabulous Christmas spread with her nearest and dearest, telling them the incredible story of her travels.
Apparently it's like behind now. I mean, this is their first time like voicing these quests. There's going to be hiccups. I want to tell them I'm sure she'll be okay. So what happens to me, the me from the past?
Don't worry. You won't run into the other you. He vanished.
What do you mean vanished?
When he set off for the third bubble at my request, my devices recorded his disappearance. The Noosphere does not permit paradoxes. It was you, the you who's here now, who reached that bubble first, and the Noosphere recorded that. When you, the other you, appeared there too, natural temporal values were restored.
Well, it sounds bad, but okay. So what will we do now?
Nothing too dangerous, I assure you. Formulating hypotheses, proving theorems, writing all sorts of algorithms. Standard research activities. And what are your plans?
Let me go take a break. You should do the same, Professor.
There is no time for that, my dear. Someone has to push the boundaries of science.
Just don't tire yourself out with all that pushing. Good luck. I hope we see each other again.
We will, my friend, I'm sure of it. Oh, my dear, wait. I almost forgot.
And that completes that quest. We get 2,500 pine cones, 2 frosty vodkas, 3,000 battle pass points, 2,000 parts, 5 more anabolic steroids, 10 advanced tools, 10 unstable anomalous batteries, and 3 frosty vodkas, and also the Snow Maiden's clock charm, which is just a hourglass with some bottle caps on top, it looks like. Tell them thanks, but I don't have anything for you. I think the game's crashing. The fucking game just crashed.
We will, my friend, I'm sure of it. Oh, my dear, wait. I almost forgot. I have a Christmas gift for you.
Let's try this
Here
again.
it is.
Let's try this again. Nice, but I don't have anything for you.
I don't need anything from you. You've already given me the best gift I could wish for. A chance to confirm my hypothesis in practice. So don't give any more thought to material gifts. They mean nothing to me. Well then, you be on your way. Don't let me keep you.
And that completes Lonely at Christmas. You tell them glad I could help. So long. If this video helped you out, go ahead and drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one, and I will catch you all in the next one. You guys take it easy.